welcome to the Simply Youth Ministry podcast. This live recording is brought to you by Doug Fields, Josh Griffin, Natalie Johnson, and Matt McGill. This Feast for the Years has just enough youth ministry so you don't feel guilty for listening. Be warned, this podcast is not for the faint of heart or the mentally weak. Since that describes most of humanity, you may want to go ahead and turn it off.
Remembering the time that you and I were walking down Park Avenue in June. It was raining. We stepped into the coffee shop and talked till the rain had stopped, and then we walked a little more. I don't miss you like I did.
Hey everybody!
Hi.
Welcome to 2007.
It's a new year.
It's back. We're on. We have nailed it down. We're going to continue to meet every week. We have just locked Matt into a long-term contract and settled that. We're 2000. That was
Beckham.
That was
Exactly. Beckham comes to America and Matt returns to the podcast.
And just like Beckham will absolutely have no impact on soccer in America.
The difference is Matt's a little more expensive than
That's true.
I have no
We had to buy him coffee today. Now that he's really not working.
crappy
his
coffee
back.
too. It's just
Yes.
Tully's.
Tully's.
They burn their beans.
They really do.
Anyway, 2007, welcome. It
Wow.
is welcome back. That feels Josh, Natalie, Matt.
Hi.
And
Hey.
great. There are
Hey,
many
hey,
exciting
hey.
things happening, but the greatest of excitement.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Maybe by the time people are listening to this, they will have already experienced 4 hours.
The countdown
Yeah,
is
well-
on right
24
now.
is back.
It kind of depends how long it takes for Brazel to upload.
Well,
Did
when
I
I,
read those comics?
when,
when
no, when
you
I opened this, it smelled like cigarettes. I don't know, where did this come from?
And Doug
Thank
just had
you.
an unusual cough today, just for the record. His cough
Bless
sounds
you.
like maybe the Christmas break he's taking
Oh,
up
it
smoking.
does. I smell it now too.
All right, let's...
I got that at Wiener Schnitzel
Must
this
be.
morning.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
yeah,
sitting-
it smells like Doug's breath right there. Wow.
Let's see.
Wow. Hey,
Oh, that's horrible.
speaking of...
Oh,
speaking
it
of
smells like
changes-
Marlboro Reds. Just
Speaking
kidding.
of changes in the air,
Yes.
Josh has started
Yes.
some New Year's resolutions.
I have. Very
And
excited about
you're
it.
Wearing shirts that were bought in
Within
this-
the last...
Horse Cave, Kentucky.
Yeah, Matt, when you weren't in the room, I was saying, Josh was going, everybody's making such a big deal out of it. And I said, well, for the last 2 years, you've been wearing T-shirts
Yeah,
that have no cotton in them. You can see your nipples through the T-shirt.
which I enjoy.
Well,
Just quite nice.
That's gotten him a lot of raises at Saddleback.
Absolutely.
and so now all of a sudden, he starts the new year with wearing shirts that
Yes.
look like they've been bought recently.
Yeah.
No, I have a theory.
I've
This-
seen that before.
this
That was
one-
before the
this
season.
one-
This is
our-
actually the first day.
Our friends from
First-
Oklahoma.
That's the first time you've worn that?
First time I've ever worn
Oh,
a
I
shirt.
thought you were saying you wore that on Monday and now you're wearing it.
No, first
Our
time
friends
I
from
have
Oklahoma and Texas will love this. If you're listening by, not
He's actually got
watching
chaps on.
us, it's got kind of a cowboy
Unbelievable.
theme going.
Yeah, I decided to go with a little Western.
You know what?
It's all
line
been plaid.
dancing.
Why has it all been plaid?
No, well, Monday and Tuesday I have a couple new shirts that are not plaid. They're stripes and.
Is that
whatever.
plaid? That's not really plaid,
I don't
is
know
it?
what it
There's,
is.
isn't there? That's
That is
plaid?
completely plaid.
Well, here's the deal.
It's not Argyle.
I had a theory.
Well, no,
it's
that's
like a social
Argyle.
experiment.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
That's funny. It's not flat. It's not
So-
Argyle. That's right. Because, you know,
That's
Argyle's-
part of the humor.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Good one.
Yeah,
so
so
all-
part of Natalie's humor. I
All
know.
will be revealed in time. I just haven't really decided to share what I'm doing yet. But
Speaking of
It's
revealed,
driving me.
What?
Doug is learning new magic tricks.
I've been waiting to bust that out. At our house last night, this shouldn't even be in the podcast.
This is for you only
my
audio
gosh.
podcasters. Oh no, it's a live bird in the podcast room.
Do you watch Arrested Development?
Just seen Matt's face.
Oh my
Oh my gosh.
I-
That was one of the most unfunny things you've ever done in my life.
Oh
my gosh.
I've been waiting to pull out the dove on the podcast. There it is. All right.
Wow, wait, what
Oh,
are you
no,
doing?
I
Is
thought
this-
that was-
Oh,
No,
God.
you
About
should
time
talk
the Holy
about-
Spirit made an appearance.
Descended like a dove.
Hey, let's start with our pile of questions that Josh finally
Wow.
got to me
Right into it.
after 3 emails.
Oh,
and
look, he put boxes
4
around them.
commitments.
Boxes. I prepped the show in about an hour.
You prepped the show.
I prepped the show. I know I had a very long day yesterday. And
How long was
He
that
kept-
shirt on layaway for?
He comes to me on Wednesday and says, "Anything I can help you?" And I preach that. It's just, you know what? Give me the podcast emails before.
And what he was really saying to you, is there anything I could do to help you except for prep the podcast?
No,
Do you want me to just hang out?
Give me the stack of emails before the podcast.
Doug, I'd really like to
So-
serve you by having you take me to lunch.
It's a gift, guys.
So I shoot him an email yesterday in the morning going, "Hey, give me this thing." I get home at like 8 o'clock last night. Still don't have them. I thought they'd maybe be pinned on my door at home or something.
Or at least with the jelly donut or something.
But I did email them, and you were able to print them,
Yeah.
and now we have a show.
After the third reminder, here we go.
Oh, Josh, I appreciate your contribution.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your social experiment by putting on new
Oh,
clothes,
did we
by the
interrupt
way.
No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm good to go. Let's begin.
All right. Do we want a social experiment?
In 2 weeks, all will be revealed.
Why?
I'll blog about it.
Just reveal it next
Natalie
week.
really wants to know why.
You know what? I did the same
completely
thing.
changed.
I could wear
Really?
the same shirt, and if I had it tucked in,
It would be.
I
a
would
big
get
deal.
5 comments that
See?
day. And if I didn't, if a shirt had it was so funny just around the opposite. I mean, I'm a slob like you're kind of a slob. So,
Thank you for
know,
that.
so a lot of people,
But
really
you didn't make it a
noticed.
social experiment or blog about it?
I didn't blog
Andy
about
had
it,
the
but it
greatest-
was an experiment.
Andy had the
Actually,
greatest comment because he said,
Oh,
"We're
that's
supposed to
a-
be sitting around thinking we're caring about this."
It was
You say good, I say spiteful. But
yeah.
whatever. But who's counting?
Brazel's just heard that directed to him so many times. He was merely
Yeah, we're
parroting it
talking about
back.
clothes. Shouldn't we really bring Andy in on this conversation?
Here we
Oh,
go.
are you kidding me?
As I look at these
Another time, I guess.
there are so
Just
many,
enough youth ministry.
There's so many on Happy Birthday Doug 30.
Like
Oh,
on the
yeah,
30th
yeah.
of December,
Now,
right?
Natalie
I
should
know,
explain
but
what happened
you
here.
just turned 30. There's something that I'm missing.
Well, you were gone, so you didn't
I was
actually
gone.
see the
I was-
website while you're gone.
Okay, so on the
I
website.
put a banner up that said Doug's turning 30. Send him a birthday wish.
And so people wrote in with some pretty funny lines.
That's
about
a
you
scary.
being
What
30.
was the birthday wishes like? Because there's a lot of lurker youth workers
I
out there.
sent some to Doug, and I thought maybe we could read a few of the birthday well wishes. And
Have we
and
turned
make
the
this-
other ones into the FBI? Like
Yeah,
they,
there's
belong?
Well, we had a bunch of birthdays. Mine was on the 30th. Yours the 28th.
28th.
Matt was the 16th. Let's
Oh, I
don't
didn't even
let's
Ooh,
guess.
oh.
Do you know?
All right. No.
Whoever gets closest.
For age?
No, not for age. For her birthday.
Oh, for my birthday?
Oh,
Oh.
I'm
April
gonna say
1st.
July
Always
18th.
telling
Go,
jokes.
Go.
September 1.
Who's the closest?
It's June 26th.
I was
So I would
closest.
say that you win.
Ooh.
What did
Okay.
you say?
I
You
said
can take
June
me out to lunch.
25th.
All
No,
right.
you
all
said
right.
April 1st.
You're right.
Scott Timmons said there's a couple birthdays, blah, blah, blah. First podcast of the year should be the birthday podcast.
Birthday
I think
show.
Jeremy Camp should call in and lead the singing for everyone.
Oh.
That's the thought.
Line that
Michael
up.
Winston said 30. Weren't you around when Jesus was a boy?
Ah, that's awesome.
Edward Ross, the 30s are a great decade. There's a lot
There
of them
now.
I'm passing up here that
Yeah.
were not as clever
Well,
as this.
And keep in mind, I already edited out quite a few too. So.
Ronnie Cole, happy birthday, Doug, blah, 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 blah. Though I need to be honest, I thought you were older. Dan Friesen, if Doug is turning 30, then Methuselah is turning 400.
Oh, I love that biblical humor.
Gotta love Methuselah
Dave
humor.
doesn't say where.
Right there.
Is that 30 years in dog years?
So Lana's helping me
Yeah.
out.
I
Ooh,
would
30
say-
times 7.
Happy anniversary to Dave. It's his first year in full-time youth ministry.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Oh, all about you, Dave.
All right.
How
Happy
was your birthday?
My birthday was excellent. I was in Hawaii with my family. We went on vacation.
Do you talk about how old you really are, or
No, I'm 44.
44?
Yeah.
He's
So you
44
got
and
about a
half.
year.
As
Got
opposed to
about a
like
year.
hiding it.
Yeah.
You missed
Well,
our
trust me, you
best
can't hide it.
team birthday lunch.
Oh, that's
You
true.
had a birthday
we
lunch without
celebrated
him?
Yeah.
Doug's birthday on Tuesday.
That's perfect.
Let me walk you through this. The email goes out from Deb. This happens right here in Simply Youth Ministry. Whose every birthday we go out to lunch. It says, "Hey, we're celebrating 2 birthdays, Doug and Josh's. And how about Tuesday, whatever, this week?" And Josh write back and go, "Absolutely great." I write back and say, "I'm going to be out of town on Tuesday, but if you guys want to, go ahead." Thinking,
There's no way.
I mean, but really, honestly, if they want to go, because Josh is all excited, go. But I'm thinking they're going to kick back and go, "Oh, it's a birthday for Doug." They went.
No, the best part about it too is that since it was 2 birthdays, we went to a nicer place.
It was a nice restaurant
and you
too.
weren't even
I
there.
had fish. That's how nice it was.
Yeah, I had fish too.
You can get fish at Denny's.
No, but not this kind of fish. It was
Opa.
good. So I would like
Oh
to
my
say,
goodness! You guys
happy
went to Oprah.
birthday,
It was amazing.
Doug.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Where's
here
the
is
auditor
happy
for
They
this
gave
company?
me my meal for free because the inside wasn't cooked all the way.
Junior
Oh,
high
and mine was
pastor
free 'cause of my
from
birthday.
Cleveland writes, "Hey guys, after hearing you talk about buying goats on eBay, I decided to challenge my junior high students to sacrifice something important. Giving
Goat
up one
to serve.
present
That's what he was
at
gonna
Christmas
say.
and giving the cash equivalent to a goat fund." So this is kind of a little follow-up from Christmas here. The 7th grade girl went above and beyond. She received nothing for Christmas and instead was able to give me a check for $250 to buy goats. We did a video interview with her and showing it to our entire congregation, hoping for them to catch a vision of sacrificing something to make a difference for someone else. Thanks for giving youth pastors ideas on how to challenge and impact our students. So
So that
Yeah.
video totally ignores the give, so the right hand doesn't know what the left hand.
But it's still a nice story.
Just kidding. I wanted to put a damper on it because it was so happy and
It
positive.
was a little
Wow.
bit. It was too nice. It had
no,
to be.
actually, I think it's very
Had
cool.
to be
And
No,
killed
I-
a little bit.
I would-
Honestly, I do
Break
too.
it.
I
I'm
would
just
like to see
totally
this-
joking.
This youth worker didn't put his name, or Josh, you cut it out or
Yeah.
something, because I got it in boxes. All the time he could have put it in boxes, he could have just hit print and brought it to me hours earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, I was totally
I would
joking.
like to
I
see. I
I'm
would
down
like
on a
to see
lot
that
of
video.
things.
Here's another question. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a
Very
Send the video.
positive.
Put it on YouTube and send us a link.
this is a interesting question on teen pregnancy. I can't think of if we've talked
I
about
don't
teen
think we have.
pregnancy
Do you?
on what
I don't-
podcast number is
no,
this? Are we
I'm-
40 yet?
39.
I think it's
39 or
39.
40. Yeah, so we're up there.
A 10th grade boy and 11th grade girl. To make matters worse, they say the only time they did it was during a game of sardines at our youth group kickoff in September. Now,
Okay,
What?
both are lies.
No, no,
The
no,
only
no.
time they did it, lie. Sardines.
well, when I first time I read this, here's what my mind went to. My mind went to sardines, that game where you pile on top of
Isn't
each
that
other.
what it is?
No, sardines is the game, but
I am too. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
And
No, that is sardines.
no, that's not sardines. That's rip-offers, where you pile on and the girls have to pull off the guys or whatever that is.
that's very inventive.
No, but sardines is the one where you go off and you hide, and they've got to. You go off in pairs and hide, and they've got to find you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then.
So
No, and when they
Or-
find, and when the
Wait a
person, if one person goes and hides, and when the person finds them, they go and stay with that person.
That's
And then
what
when the other
happened.
person,
Yes.
So
No,
they
but another
found each
person
other,
goes.
Tenth
and
grader.
then
you
Found
read
the
an
11th
illustration about that when I was in high school from when I was on fire. I
And
laid
she
down
got
on it.
pregnant?
Yes.
yeah, I still don't believe.
I don't
either
think
one.
the
Okay,
game
okay.
is.
But that isn't the point.
Okay.
That isn't the point. How?
And
Yeah.
that is so much like us. This guy pouring out a
Seriously.
sardine. Wait,
I love sardines.
conception happened during a youth group game?
Oh my
Oh
All right, so cut
man.
to the chase. Something did happen, regardless of how, where, whatever.
Yeah,
she's
it
pregnant.
says, well, this person writes, I'm absolutely heartsick, which I can
Yeah.
totally understand.
Yeah.
Not only for these two kids, but for our church. I'm a volunteer. I feel responsible. Well, that's the first part. Is that
Yeah, you can't feel
responsible.
responsible.
So,
Yeah.
you didn't undress them. You didn't bring them together. You're playing a youth group game.
If
Yeah,
you did,
God doesn't
you'd
feel
be
responsible, and He created them.
The young man was baptized in our church, so he's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been there since he was a baby. He says, "What should I do? I feel that no one will trust us with their kids, and this will hurt our church a lot." Have you ever had anything like that happen in your church? What did you do? Well, yes, I've had pregnant kids in our group. I've walked to the church van before and opened the church van and saw two naked kids in there.
Wow.
We had
really?
two of
That
our.
wasn't my buddy, was it?
That was Matt and Misha when they
No, remember two of our leaders? We also found two of our leaders in Mexico. They were married, but that
Which
was
makes it
still funny.
okay.
Yeah, good for them. It's totally different, but it was
sneaking
really
away on
funny.
a youth group trip. Okay, let's focus on this.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's
Yeah.
focus.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
so has it happened? Yeah, you're not the first youth worker in the
Yeah,
world. You
definitely
don't
not.
need to feel responsible in that. You
Yeah.
know, what do you do? I think in that environment, you have to love these kids and show them how the church responds
Yeah.
when somebody screws up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't.
Screws up probably is not the right
I
word.
would say literally.
Yeah, screws
But show them how the church responds when somebody messes up. I think there are probably in your congregation. I would say there's a mom who was a pregnant teen at a time, who is a been there type person. And I think you align these kids with some people who
Yeah.
have made that same mistake and made that same journey. You know, what he doesn't tell us is the size of the church.
Right.
And within the size of the church, you know, you can either hide people or it becomes a bigger issue than
Right.
maybe it should. But, you know, love them.
Totally love them. And if somehow loving them and showing grace and giving them the just the open arms that they need, like if somehow doing that gets other people in your church pissed off and it ruins your ministry or tears it apart or blah blah blah, I mean, I say choose grace on the side. You probably don't even want those people at your church anyhow. I mean, seriously.
interesting.
Well, by loving them, you're not saying we support what you're
Right.
Yeah,
Good
you're
job.
not you're
Not
not
at
getting
all.
them a
Yeah.
key to the Holiday Inn or something like
Right.
that. I mean,
Right.
you're not condoning it, but still, I mean that's the problem is that that's the problem with relationships, and it doesn't matter whether it goes as far as that or not. Is that people screw up royally and make mistakes and hurt, and you got to somehow figure out to get past that if you want a real community, if you want real friendships. So.
Can I bring this microphone a little closer to your face? Your face is kind of large.
Well, kind of large. If you
When I
could
was
forgive me for
listening-
that, it'd be
I
great.
was listening to a podcast like a month ago, and I was having a really hard time hearing you.
What about now? Can you hear it?
Well, I'm
Hear me
not.
now?
Can I hear
Oh, you don't have any.
I'm sitting next to you.
You don't have
I
any-
can hear you fine.
Well, I would love to turn
I got a
myself up so
similar-
I'm the loudest.
A
I just-
similar email this week, though, from a youth pastor whose son was one that was involved in that, and he was questioning if he should just quit youth ministry. I mean, if he should resign and say, "My son, they're having." I mean, she wasn't pregnant, but they had
gosh.
sex. It's kind of a big deal, and so he was saying, "I don't know. I think I need to quit." And what would you say if that was the case? I mean,
Well,
If
there's,
it's your
it
boy.
depends on what the other factors are. I mean, if they're doing great family stuff and family time, and he still wants to quit, I mean, that seems ridiculous to me. That's
Right.
assuming they've got great home life and they spend,
Well, that's tough. I mean, I'm in a little different place than all of you guys with an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and
you might even have personalized that, as I said. I didn't think about that.
Well, yeah, of
Well, the great
course.
thing is, I got an 18-year-old who's about to graduate, having never been on a date in her
That's
life. I
amazing.
love that.
That's a
Great.
dad's dream right there.
Yeah. Well, I prayed that she'd be ugly through high school, but that's not.
No,
that
you
hasn't happened.
Didn't get that, but not going on a date is kind of a coup. That's
well,
a
she
big
went on a
deal.
prom.
She did go to a dance.
She's gone to
Ooh.
2 dances. That's true, but they were like with youth group friends.
Yeah, they weren't dates. You're right.
Yeah.
David was hoping it would be more than that.
No,
I think.
he wasn't.
No.
Oh, totally.
You know what? Let's
They
link to
told-
David's
he-
blog and let's ask him
I
to
know.
post
Oh,
on.
David totally was.
No, he wasn't.
I
Oh,
don't.
that's horrible.
She said he showed
I
no
hope he
interest
never hears
at all.
Oh no, he totally was. But he's not. He's the same way. I mean, he's a Christian
mellow,
kid. He's
good
never.
kid, yeah.
He's a good guy. Anyhow,
But the point
what are we
is,
talking
though-
about
Wow.
that
The
for?
point is, though, this youth worker. I mean, there's a lot of factors there too that we don't know about. But my encouragement was the guy not to.
I
quit and
wouldn't.
resign
I would
and
make
be
that
done.
decision in isolation. I would make it.
Yeah.
I would make it with community and pastor and.
And you don't knee jerk on any. You don't make a decision, a big decision that could change your life that quickly.
But you sure feel like it when
I
you're
can
when
imagine
your
that.
kid. I would imagine your kid goes
Yeah.
through something like that, and you feel a sense of hurt and shame
and failure.
Man, if I can't even keep my own family in order,
Right.
how can I
Well,
lead other
that is
kids?
the question, though. If him leaving his job, giving to so many different high schoolers so that he could focus on his son, then it is worth
Yeah,
it.
then it is worth it. If he's, I agree. That's why I said, assuming they've got great family time. But if they
Yeah,
don't,
the context of that situation is tough to know.
It is a big deal. Yeah. Well, he didn't offer too much, other than that he was bleeding out. He
Yeah.
needed to share it.
Well,
with
you know what?
somebody.
Speaking
Yeah.
about leading, we've done this before, and we actually literally appreciate when people send things in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we pray for them. And there's one right here just titled "Tough Life Right Now," and it's from a guy named Dan. And Dan, I just want to say to you that when I got this, I read it, I prayed for you. I'm going to actually save this one and put it in my notebook. He was packing up, having a yard sale, and he came in. He found his 3-month-old daughter dead in her crib from SIDS, and I just can't even
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
losing a child. So, and actually, I would love for Dan to give me his email address. I don't know if it's Dan or you've got it. These
I'll
don't have
absolutely
no
no
printout
got
on
it.
this.
I've got it.
I would
Dan will be in
like that.
touch. I read that too and was heartbroken for you.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on. So, all right.
Okay. Well,
here's one about my mom.
Happy birthday, Doug.
We can go from that.
Yeah,
there was
your-
one about.
your
I guess
mom,
I
yeah.
forgot that at some point I was talking about my mom and going in for heart surgery and strokes and things like that.
Yeah.
Somebody writes, Doug, how's your mom doing? You have not been updating us on her since she was in the hospital.
Good question.
I've been praying for her and interested in how she's doing. Thank you.
Cool.
I will show
Very
that to her as well. So here's the quick update.
Yeah.
3 weeks in the hospital, 3 weeks in the hospital rehab, 6 weeks. She's been home for 2 weeks. She's Andy. We went out to dinner on Sunday night, and don't you think from the neck up, she's totally the same.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And well, you saw her on day after Christmas. And,
Yeah, a little party at your house.
yeah, so she's doing great. She's working with a walker right now. She has a live-in caretaker right now until therapy. But thank you for asking. Here is a question from Joseph Robinson. Ran across the podcast on iTunes a couple months ago. First Christian Church of Monarch's Corner. I'm a little thrown off. I'm a little thrown off because he's given it to me in like he put
It's
boxes
boxed.
around him. Everyone we've ever done had like the
Email headers and all that, yeah.
on it,
Oh,
so
right.
I just tried to take it next level since I had so much time to prep it. I thought, you know what? I'm
I just
going to do a
realized
social experiment here.
Monarch's
I
Corner,
haven't been
South
paying attention
Carolina.
until then.
You just realized that?
No, other
She
people
hasn't
who
been
have read
listening to the
their
show.
information.
We've got 39 episodes of experience on that.
We're actually doing a podcast right now. I don't know if you knew that, but
My
And we have a
question,
website.
right there.
my
There's a-
question is a
Resale
practical
resource.
one. He says,
That's good.
I've
I'll
begun
be
to
the
use
judge of that.
fill in the blank outlines for my students in order to curb the temptation
That's what Jesus did.
doodle on a
Everyone
blank sheet of
unscrolled.
paper during the lesson. And he goes on to say, even though I've given them blanks, he wants to do it so they'll place the outline, the front cover of their Bibles for future study. He says they doodle on the back of the outline. They ask their neighbor what words went in the blanks, and then leave the outlines on the table when they leave. Is there a practical way to make students care about the half sheet of paper that I spend so much time on each week? Is it a sign that they're not interested in what I'm teaching, or that they're just not having an outline to fill in?
I would like to direct that person to the parable of the sower.
Very good. Which
Which means 75% of them will leave the outline there.
Yeah, exactly.
And 25% will.
a kid will take it,
Yeah.
and leave it behind.
Yeah.
One kid a lot of them leave it on the table. Some will walk out with it and it'll just get blown by the wind.
It's a modern day parable of the sower, really. I think it's in the message version.
And one of the kids will frame it
Yeah.
in their house, and
Well,
it will change their
doodling,
life forever.
Here's the deal with doodling is not a sign that they're not paying attention.
Doodling is a sign of
sure.
genius, actually.
Is it?
I decided that.
Is that your
since I
social
started
experiment?
I doodle my whole life, and so I think it must be a sign.
Well, and you're
Well,
assuming
then.
yourself a genius.
Well,
That is
that's what I was going to
correct.
say. Obviously, it's
Yeah,
a sign of
clearly.
genius. We've been around
So-
him. We know
so-
he's a great guy. He's just not a genius. So
So, as a minimum, it's a sign of mediocrity.
and of hunger.
But
Cheers.
no, you're very smart.
I
with
will
things.
on the links page this week on the podcast. I will do a link on doodling equals genius, and you will all.
I
be
would say when I'm doodling, I'm not paying attention, and I doodle.
unbelievable. Thanks.
Yeah.
The only time she speaks is to refute something that I say. Thank
it's not the
you.
only time.
Well,
That's
no,
not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
here's
She's refuting you now,
Take it
though.
back.
Here's what I would say
This
to
is good.
Joseph.
I'll get you fired up.
Joseph
you agreed.
Robinson of Monarch's Corner First Christian Church.
Ding.
I totally feel your pain. Totally feel your pain. When I walk around the tables afterwards and see the outlines and, kids have written notes on them off to the side and things like that, and I'm going, I'm busting my butt. A car just crashed into a pole.
No, I turned my
bird flew
my
through the window.
microphone down.
Oh.
Oh, so no one heard you sneeze?
No one heard me sneeze.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
Well,
smart
sure they
like
heard the
that.
sneeze from me.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. They probably did.
and I know.
Anyway,
we all felt
I
it.
feel your pain. Don't give up. I'm not sure fill in the blanks is the answer. I would
Yeah.
make it a variety. Sometimes it's fill in. Sometimes it's blank. Keep them guessing a little bit. for me, I'm always challenged when I see those on the tables. I'm always challenged to be a stronger communicator. I don't want to say that you're not. I just go, okay, I want to. What can I do to engage them more? Be asking those questions. But I totally understand the pain on this. But don't give up, because some kids will take that outline home, and some kids will review it, and some kids will find a difficult time, and they're going to go, what was that scripture that he used, and refer to that. We've had kids over the years that have shown us notebooks full of their outlines. Andy, huh? Really?
I had all 4 years of outlines.
Yeah, and I'm still bitter that you didn't use outlines when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the only one that came and brought paper and took notes.
I was too busy doodling. So.
Yeah. But I almost think that email's a little bit. Maybe it's not. I'm probably going to be totally wrong here, but I know you guys are going to agree.
First time, go.
Yeah, I almost think that guy's joking a little bit to say, I want him to take it home and put it in the front cover of their Bible. I mean,
Oh, that's not. Why is that?
It's just idealistic.
well, after 50 weeks, you've got 50 pieces of paper. You can't
No,
put
but for the
50
week,
sheets
he's
of
probably
paper
thinking-
inside of
Thinking,
that.
just take it home with them.
And then they're doing a
Pretend
study
it
through
is.
the week.
Okay. Oh,
and
you
learn
mean like
about
that's their
Sunday.
place of
Yeah,
keeping
I think
it?
that's he's filing it. I
Oh,
think when
okay.
they leave church, as opposed to leaving it there, they go, oh, there's some.
Then put it
some
inside their
content.
Bible and
Put
take
in
it
my
home.
Bible and take it home.
Well, don't
Okay.
we three-hole punch our outlines too, though, so people could file them or keep them or
No,
whatever?
we don't.
We don't do that?
Yeah, if you came to church, you'd see that.
Well, so wait, so...
Yeah.
Wait, so Andy three-ring punched his own and then made it
You know,
up?
depended on some years we
Yeah.
did 3-hole punch them.
Yeah.
And some
Thank you.
years we don't.
That is
Thank you for that,
impressive.
Well, it's true.
I know it's true.
Well, you weren't around, though.
No.
You
I
weren't
remember.
ar-
Have you ever seen his notebook? It's amazing.
Basil was in high school back when you were trying to figure out what a car part was in Michigan.
He just got you. He was
Oh,
totally
no,
playing you,
no.
and he
Oh, I thought it was serious,
This is
but he
the
didn't get
second
me. I
time
wasn't
today.
like mad.
No, but he totally
Yeah,
laid
yeah.
the bait out there. and
Yeah,
just-
that was a gullible get for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Will
Which I'm seeing more of
Herndon.
lately.
I,
mentally
I
tough.
trust people.
Will Herndon, somewhere deep in the heart of podcast land, he writes. My wife
Where
and I
is
I
that?
think that is a place and a church. I'm not going to do
Not gonna ding.
Well, the fact
Will.
that you even count it is
The
great.
fact that you're listening is good.
My wife and I have spent much time in prayer about this, though we
Counting's
didn't lay
a plus.
prostrate over any cardboard or anything.
Oh,
They're gonna
Is
move
that not
on.
an old bit by yet?
But it's still good.
By it.
I was gonna ask if we
There's
wanted.
a song for old bits, so until Matt
I know.
sees it, it's still relevant.
It's still a good bit.
That's
Yeah.
right. Don't you think?
And we've
That was a
decided
good
to
bit.
move on to a healthier church, one where the leadership is honest and supportive and actually shows up to work. I'm not bitter, though.
No, not at all.
At any rate, how do we keep our heads and our hearts from crashing during this time we know we're leaving, but no one else does? Oh, God,
Hey.
you know they're leaving, Matt.
So
Why don't
they're-
you take that one.
Oh, jeez.
Guys, we just need to pause because Doug's gonna get a little emotional.
Hey,
here.
the second I knew I was leaving, I said something. That was probably my problem. Oh, I couldn't hold it in.
How do you not just completely check out?
Well,
when
here's
you know
here's
you're done?
what he's saying. If we're gonna
I
fight,
know a little thing called loyalty.
fight is going to cause
Integrity.
division. To not fight kills our spirits.
Ooh,
Well, heaven forbid your spirit is killed and you sacrifice
That
a
was
little
my
bit.
thought. You need to be the one who suffers. Don't let the church
Yeah,
suffer. Don't
frickin'
fight.
take it on.
You know what? When anybody's leaving a situation, you got to leave it well.
yeah.
You leave it well. It doesn't mean you lack your integrity and you don't have your voice be heard,
Yeah.
but you don't cause division. You leave it well, and Matt said it a little graceless than I would have said it in terms of
Yeah.
if you're going to lose your spirit, you be the one to suffer. Don't make the kids suffer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and
Don't
there's
be
also
shocked as you-
there's the no division. I mean, it's very very important not to cause division. But there's also the idea of casting pearl before the swine. Is that even if you did say something, would it really make a difference? And so I don't know. I mean,
And don't you think the key in all of it, though, is to just trust God that He will lead you away if it's time to go, and He's calling you away? That's more important than anything else. Don't take shots at the church as you
Yeah.
leave. I mean, if God's calling you away, I would say listen to that as opposed to anything that your flesh would
Yeah,
want
I
you to
think
do.
there's a both and. I think if you're going to leave because of lack of leadership or some of the things,
Right.
that at least you, at least you come clean with, here's why I'm leaving. Here's the truth. I'm going to do it in love. I'm going to say it in love. I'm going to put it before the church elders, not
Right,
before
the
the church
leadership, not
body or
everybody.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And then say, you folks can do with this what you want, but
but you suck and we're leaving.
We're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I think
would
it's a
agree with
both
that.
and,
I think you
both
just have to
and,
be
either
really
or.
Careful, because if you're leaving, the temptation is to just nail everybody to the wall. They've hurt you so bad for so long. Your one chance to finally speak up is when you're leaving. I just think you got to be really
that's
careful
weak
not to.
sauce.
It is. You don't want to
Weak
unload.
sauce to not say anything and then all of a sudden unload when
All
you
right,
leave.
speaking of weak sauce, this is from
Oh gosh, that person just got me.
Princess Anne Plaza Baptist Church. Daniel Mackey. Princess Anne Plaza Baptist Church.
That's a mouthful.
That may be the most interesting one I think.
That's got to be like isn't that a boat name? Princess or a river? The Princess Anne?
It's in Virginia Beach.
Actually, she was a princess.
He says, I'm so mad Bethel College didn't look out for Brazelton. They obviously don't know who runs the show at Simply
Oh
Youth.
gosh, it's not Brazel.
Well,
That's
Brazel
for
put out a
sure.
little request for a.
Wasn't that our last?
Wait a second.
Wait,
Wait. Hold on.
Perfect timing.
Oh, did
We got another box.
Because our last show was sponsored by Bethel College.
Yeah.
We got another box?
We got another box.
It's
Oh, let me
Mine
open
was
this
too
thing.
tight.
Yours was too tight.
Yeah, a little sad.
Yeah,
I gained
well,
a few pounds.
I was just gonna say that it wasn't too tight. It's just you're growing.
Free swag.
No, a large.
A brand new box. Does it say who's from? Or
It's too strong.
Yeah, maybe read it before you destroy
There's a
them.
lot.
It says free swag and
But
clothes.
who's it from?
free swag.
From the Zone, some Church of Christ.
Awesome.
Campbell Church of Christ.
Camel?
Campbell.
Campbell.
Okay, while you're opening that, I want to make a comment to Jay Dearly. Jay.
Hopefully he's not at the Southern
Minister of
Baptist
Students,
Church.
The First Baptist Church in Dothan, Tennessee.
Oh, he
Hey,
is.
Jay,
Is it a little bit yet?
Yeah,
I do.
What's the old
want
bit?
to answer your question, and I think it's a really good question. I would like for you to be more specific with the question. So, Jay,
So Jay.
Oh, it's that same guy?
would you rewrite? No, it's not the same guy.
It's not Jimmy Dean or whatever. Who?
But it's a
Jimmy
good
Dean?
question about
It sounds like sausage.
handling false teaching. But I'd like him to be a little more.
Oh my gosh, false teaching. That is funny.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of a story that is funny, but probably not good enough for the podcast. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's open the box.
You were just tearing at that box rather than cutting along the
This is
already
exciting.
divided seams.
free stuff.
Who do you think is broken more?
Talk about mentally tough. You're so here. While you open it, why don't I read the letter?
Oh, you just ripped the letter.
All right, we got a photo
Oh,
of you
we
guys.
need
It's
more
a big.
girls
That's
here.
quite a letter.
We need more daintiness.
We need
All right.
we need
We ready,
2XL.
we ready
That's
for
what we need.
reading and stop talking for a little bit?
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Here we go. I just want to thank you for the amazing podcast.
Okay, as you say things, I'll pull things out.
Cool.
Well, hang on a second.
I know,
Get a
I'm-
loaner. He's already identified who gets what.
I know. That's why as soon
Oh, this is
as soon as you
exciting.
read them,
It keeps me laughing and smiling on my
Nothing-
daily
oh,
bike
yeah.
rides. I've been in youth ministry for 14 years and continue to plug
Brazel.
on. Podcasts and resources like yours help keep me going. I wanted to give you a box of swag in exchange for a shameless plug on your podcast. The student ministry has been doing a weekly podcast for about 2 years now, and we get together to talk about our weeks. Good over a topic for the week. Go over a topic and then share the weekly news. You can find us at blog.campbealchurch.org.
Wow.
Since you're probably reading this
Campbell.
for the first time on the air,
Campbell.
I want to repeat that for you. Blog. Oh yeah, Campbell.
did you just say Camp Beal?
Hang on a second. Look how he wrote it. Look how he wrote it. CampBealChurch.org.
He did,
Then on
he
this
did.
one, CampbellChurch.org.
Okay, you're right. You
Okay.
you said that
But
right.
still, we already did call.
I mean,
Church.
I'm admittedly the worst reader on the podcast. So
But
I
he was
just-
in the running right
Oreos.
there.
That's all that matters to
All
me
right.
right now.
He says, Doug, enclosed you will find a hooded sweatshirt that we did to
Don't
help
say it.
raise funds for a don't start passing stuff out here.
oh,
For a mission
These
we
are probably
support
for me.
in Nairobi, Kenya,
2XL.
that way, called
oh, is that where
Made in the
Nairobi
Streets.
is?
Just Google Made in the Streets and find out another shameful plug.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll
for
link to your
coming.
stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Josh,
Yes.
enclosed. So where's this hooded sweatshirt? Let's dig that out.
Oh my goodness!
What size is it?
Somehow these Oreos taste like chicken. Oh,
Josh, enclosed you will find an extra large T-shirt for your Jedi ways.
For my Jedi ways?
You bring,
All right.
This is a little affirmation too.
This is
I didn't.
cool.
I didn't read his affirmation to me
All right.
because I will just take that in and enjoy it and say thank you.
Extra large. It's only a
we
2.
can read it for
Yeah,
you.
you bring
Here, I'll read
tremendous
yours.
balance, Josh, and amazing control of the team.
Oh, wow.
Control.
Oh.
Natalie,
Ooh.
What is
as
it?
a man who grew up with nothing but sisters and who only has daughters, your estrogen was missed when you were in Europe.
Oh, that's
Thanks for
nice.
being part of the team. You will find a large woman's T-shirt for you.
Large woman's.
It's a medium.
Funny things about that. One. Oh, it's
Well,
nice.
he writes.
That's
Sorry,
nice.
sorry.
Something
if
for you and your
were
husband to enjoy.
Sorry if you were
No,
meeting.
that's-
See, he's
that's-
been nice.
Matt, here
The
is
camera puts
a
on extra weight.
double X shirt
No, that's great.
for you, so you don't have to whine about getting an XL from Bethel. Here is a sweet sweatband and water bottle for your next motivational sports video.
Oh, wow.
Says, yeah, go back that far. We got to get that.
Put it on.
That's
Put it
what
on
I
zone.
Andy, keep your chin up. Here is an extra large shirt for you. Don't say no one ever gave you anything.
Here you go.
Give Basil the girl shirt.
Also, I have enclosed a matching set of large T-shirts in hopes that you can put on eBay to help support Made and Raised Streets for us.
Oh, a sweatshirt for Doug? Who's the sweatshirt for?
Yeah, who is this
Me.
for?
Me.
Oh, wow. These are
Oh, so I guess you are the big daddy.
stuff.
It would be cool to see what you guys can raise for them through your auction if you raise money. Okay, you figure
All right.
out the goat part.
We'll do.
Get
Hey,
them
all right.
together.
go-
How many goats have we actually bought so far?
Yeah. I
Hey,
can
here's
do
one. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
That was very cool. And we need to put the links onto his
We will. We'll
podcast
totally do
and
it.
his
Oh.
Do you have that
ministry in
email?
Kenya. Just gave it.
that. There it is.
Sorry.
All right. Here is
Look at his logo. It's like a surfboard.
well, everything looked cool.
Yeah, he did it. This is a neat shirt.
All right. This is from
You
Matt
didn't
Bryan
even look at the shirt.
Ivan.
from Rich Fork Baptist Church, Thomasville, North Carolina.
I know a Matt Bryant.
I know, you know,
Wait.
we have talked over each other so much on this.
It's
That's 'cause we're
all
so excited.
We are
It's
excited.
2007.
I
we
know,
got
in a box. That was exciting. And we didn't even read the letter beforehand. I mean,
I know.
Oh,
we could be endorsing.
Now
I mean,
it's
with
exciting.
Walter, we
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're feeling. You've got to make the
Walter is
disclaimer.
impressive. He's got a photo on there, and he's an old.
Yeah,
guy.
you gotta
He's
trust
grown
the
up.
photo.
Anyone who sends us free stuff, we will. Yeah,
I wanna
we
look at the
will read
picture.
letter first.
I can't see the picture.
All right.
we will enjoy the free stuff.
He says, Matt Bryant says from Thomasville, North Carolina, on episode 38, you read a letter from Daryl Nelson of Anchorage, Alaska.
Yes.
In this letter, he complained about the shipping issues for people outside the lower 48 states.
remember this.
As you read his letter, there was a debate whether or not to give him free stuff. My vote is that you give him whatever he wants free of charge. Daryl was my college roommate and is a wonderful guy who really has a heart for teenagers. So here's what I'm thinking.
Why doesn't that guy pay for it?
I can't wait.
I'm thinking, I love the support that we have for one another.
Little
on the
camaraderie,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
really
was
hard to
telling
write an
somebody the
email
other
for
day-
somebody.
I was telling somebody the other day that Josh has become famous on this thing. We're walking down at a youth worker thing. People are like, Josh!
It's fun. It's
Going,
fun.
It is.
He's always wanted
And I'm
that.
saying, send me free stuff.
and I'm saying.
Yo, what were you gonna say?
Is
Come
this
on.
another reference?
Here,
to
I'll
my
turn it off. What were you
nipples?
gonna
No,
say?
you don't need to turn it.
Just
no.
Turn it off. What?
Back on.
It was
I'll
off.
tell you what I was
Dude, this- we
I'll
just
tell you what I was
knew
gonna
it
say.
was
I'll tell
off.
you what I was gonna say in there. I was telling some people in a group. I said, "Here's a guy who's done youth ministry for 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. What have you done?"
At least 15 now.
Golly.
I said,
What in the world?
No, I was just gonna say I just love the fact that this community has created, some interest in people. I said it's not like he's written anything. It's not like he's out speaking a lot, but
Yeah.
he's become iconic.
Thank you, I think. I have no idea. What just happened here?
No, I'm just saying I love that, and I told them I said
He
I don't-
killed you while complimenting you.
I think
That's
so. I
basically
think
what
I-
happened.
I didn't kill
But it's
you.
good.
I killed the whole concept of the podcast, going from how crazy it is that he can walk down.
Well,
But you were kind of killing him in the sense of you haven't done jack.
No,
that's
not
what I heard too.
I didn't hear that.
Which
Kill.
may-
Not a kill.
It might be true though.
No,
It might
it's
be onto
definitely the phenomenon is definitely a riding of the coat heels.
something. Okay, I can accept
But
that.
see, that's not even. I don't even mind. Like I would.
But-
I would be happy if. Josh did that with a book, or Jim Burns. I wrote my first book with him. There is
Yeah.
a who you know element of it.
That's not what you know, it's who
my
you know.
point wasn't with the books or the speaking or anything. My point was the podcast.
Yeah.
That this is funny to me that
people
Yeah.
like
It's like,
Josh
oh,
when he hasn't done
He has
anything.
the personality.
See, it still kind of comes back to the skill. Now, really quick,
No,
do you
but
want to
it
write a
is
book together?
compliment.
In other words, do you want to do all the
I
work?
can't even get you to print off emails for me.
Wait,
Yeah, that
would you
was
like to
his
write a
test.
book and I would get the second
You know,
credit on it?
we've
is
been
really
talking
the
about
question.
so much scripture today. You have to be trustworthy with the little things.
All right,
before
But
you get
grace,
the
we
big
talked a lot
things.
about grace.
Daryl, here's what I'm saying. Daryl,
right,
I think
Daryl
you
from
can.
Alaska.
No, Daryl. I think you can get free stuff. Here's the deal: Matt buys the stuff. Matt Bryant, who suggests that we ought to give it. Matt pays for the stuff, and we'll pay for the shipping.
Fair.
Don't you
Do
think
that.
that's fair?
Absolutely.
We haven't given a deal away in a long time. We ought to give. We ought to give.
We
like,
should do
Well, we
something.
haven't done a podcast in a long
well, a
That's
month
true.
from now.
We've
A
been
month
getting
from now, we have our National
yeah.
Youth Ministry Conference.
Good idea.
Gosh, is it even?
Yes.
It's less than
A
a month
month?
from now.
Right about, yeah.
It's February 9th. I was a group on Monday, and they had 100 signups just that day.
Cool.
So there'll be about.
That's gonna be
they're
fun.
guessing about 1,500 people there, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So
It's in Cincinnati.
Can we give Andy?
No,
looking
I'm
at-
sorry. Where is it at?
Indianapolis.
Oh, very close.
Can we get you there? Or are you going to be in Kenya?
I would love to come.
I would
You
love.
really
I would
be
love
there.
to come. I mean,
People would treat like
dude,
somebody
it's
could
so
just
crazy.
coattails.
It's.
This is going to come. I knew I should
Oh,
have said it.
I know. I'm sorry. I coaxed it out of you.
I was-
Painful.
The point was the
The
power
coat
of the
heels, the
podcast.
you
I know,
haven't done
I know.
anything,
Oh,
the-
gosh.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
Fields.
gosh,
I'm going to
yeah.
apologize for
Good thing
that.
I don't-
Force.net.
That's true. See, I've done something. For
Coming
stuff.
soon.net too.
There you go.
Coming soon.
.com.
And filmforce.ign.com. That's mine. Was mine.
All right. So Andy, can we do anything? Can we give away a couple conferences? Do we want to make a contest?
fun.
How about a
Could probably
discount
try.
to anybody that
Just give away to everybody who
that
would.
just is a podcast?
You should give like a 75% discount
Wow.
Wait.
to anybody who buys
How
the
about
entire
First
warehouse.
one to write in.
How about
Everybody right?
Do we
Wait.
do it? Okay. How about I'm making this up? on
Oh,
the
it's a
spot.
train
I'll
wreck.
get in
Let's let
trouble.
Brazel do it.
How about $50 off the conference?
Awesome.
I don't think we could, there's no way we do 50.
What is it
There's
like?
not a chance.
$300, $50
It's
off.
not,
is
it's
huge.
not
That's
simply
good.
youth ministries; it's groups.
Could you compromise with 40?
Could I compromise with 40? That's
Yeah.
it easy because I was thinking you were going to say 20. So 40 would be
I was
great.
like, 40? No, you just gave in right
I
there.
think I can swing 40.
You better call a group. Okay, so how do they do it then?
Let's
Quickly,
make-
quickly.
Yeah.
Well, use gosh.
That's
The
just
promo
it.
code is the easiest way. What's the
Wait,
promo
but
code?
Promo
Can we-
code and put in podcast?
Great, done. $40 off.
So when you register, put in pot.
Is it only one person that gets it or to
It's
everybody?
For their whole bill would be $40 off.
So register.
So only to one person.
Individually.
Register individually.
Well, we should just make it the first person to email
It's
Josh.
not the first person.
It's everybody.
Anybody he's saying.
Oh, well then
type
put
in
it on the link
podcast.
then on the links.
Okay. So if you
And then
listen to
take
the
it
show
off.
or get the links back.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If
Really?
it's not on the links, that means Andy called group and they said no.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh
So if it's there, done.
All right.
Yeah, check the links and while you're there,
No,
peruse.
We can do a $40
You know,
promo
maybe
with
you
podcast.
need to get the
$40
resource
promo podcast.
notebook.
Let's just do it. Pull the
Podcast
trigger.
is the promo
Andy,
code.
make a decision. Don't
Yeah.
put it on the links.
Done.
They have to listen.
He's doing it right now.
Oh
Emails
man.
just been sent.
Okay.
Oh,
You know what?
Great.
That's fun.
Yeah, we're done.
Ooh, we're done.
A great question on volunteers. We'll get to next week. We've got a very smart young man named Zane who read What Matters Most and loved it.
He probably do.
You know, I'm
No wonder he's smart. He liked your book.
I said that.
Unbelievable. Yeah, because you've actually done something with your life, which is good.
Jeez.
Are you gonna be sad?
I'm
after
gonna
this?
apologize
Okay.
again for
No.
making you or encouraging you to share what you were gonna say.
Well, that's why.
Have
You
a
know what?
list
That's
of
why I
pitch
said no. I don't
ideas
want to
for-
say.
I know.
I
I'm
thought This is
sorry.
going to be taken wrong.
Yeah.
Guys,
yeah.
it's no big deal. I have a very strong self-concept, and I just eat to cover the pain. I'm fine.
That's great.
I will be fine.
You will be fine. a lot of eating.
Anyway, Zane said that he wanted feedback. He's reading the first 2 years in youth ministry and wanted feedback on any advice. So I thought,
The whole
Zane,
book is advice.
Read the book. That's-
Yeah.
that's the advice.
So he's not very
That's
smart.
the advice.
All right.
There you go.
Lovely friends. A 44-minute podcast right
So
now.
that is a record.
No, it's not. We shoot for 40 every week.
That might be the shortest show, though.
I
Well,
agree. Shortest
Matt's
full
intro was
show.
a minute, and we're still talking now. So
Yeah, it was
how do we wanna
47
close this out?
seconds.
We're
do a
back.
shout out to
We're
anybody?
back in 2007.
We're here every week, give or take.
What are we going to put on the?
We're gonna record them Fridays.
Oh, why don't we do this?
Shoot. Wait.
Why don't we record after the show me apologizing to Josh
No.
about this whole thing? And that's
No,
not
no,
really
no.
the meaning of my heart. And then we can put that on
Wait.
the links.
I have an even better get. In your office, I found the
You don't
original
even know what a get is.
1 minute Bible, handwritten notes, printed notes, all of your everything that you did when the original 1 minute Bible came out in an orange folder. It is no longer in your desk at church. It is in my car.
That is the first. You got the 1 minute Bible curriculum. That
The
was
1 minute Bible curriculum that you wrote, all your handwritten notes, all the printed stuff from your computer, some phone numbers that we probably should black out, whatever. And I think
that
we
was
should.
like 10 years ago. There.
Can we put it up on eBay?
I don't care. I think.
Done.
Yeah, you did.
Because
that
it's a
with-
big
you
deal.
Did that with one of my other.
We did it with What Matters
Most.
Most, and it was great. So this would be your notes from the original 1 minute Bible curriculum.
Great. You're happy to.
I'm just
throw
cleaning out your
throwing your
office.
T-shirt in there as well.
And this T-shirt.
It is
Cool
so
shirt.
hot in this
Thank you,
room.
Walter. And you just
Talk
ripped
about
one.
suffering.
You just ripped
Yeah,
one
we
loud.
gotta end the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
If you can hear
Go on
what
eBay.
just happened, did you hear it, Natalie?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought it was an earthquake.
Was that real? Oh, that was. I thought it was your phone.
Oh man.
No, that was. You thought that was my phone? That was Matt. He just
We didn't
did you
talk
see him
about
lean
Matt's
over?
new phone. Or Doug's new phone.
Next week.
Next
we got a
week.
lot to talk
It's-
about.
It's
Plus 24.
all right.
Oh,
God bless you guys.
24.
All right, I'm gonna go not do anything with my life.